I started at the Boeing company as a network engineer, and I was doing tools at the time. I really wanted to be a actual network engineer. My title was network engineer, but I didn't touch routers and switches and program networks or architect them. So that was my goal, and I moved to the Microsoft Corporation, where I started in tools, but I eventually was able to move into working as first a network engineer and then a network architect. I started coming to NANOG in 2002 when my colleague Doug Wilson at Microsoft told me I should go with him. I've attended NANOGs on and off for the past 17 years. Sometimes all 3 of them in a year, sometimes only 1, but ever since NANOG 25. There are lots of times in my job when I have reached out to somebody that I met at NANOG in order to solve a problem, and if I had not known that individual or had that contact, I would not have been able to do that. Every woman in the industry faces the same thing, I think. It's just the bar is really high in order to be successful in technology. I know that when I would go into a meeting, I would be asked more questions that my male colleagues wouldn't be asked. My work would be scrutinized more closely because the expectation was that I didn't know how to do it. I would tell her to try and ignore these external pressures as much as possible. When I talk to young women in technology, the first thing I tell them is that it actually is better than when I started. I noticed that especially younger male network engineers are less surprised that a woman could actually be a technologist or be expert in a field of technology or be their manager. It's not as big of a deal as it was when I started working in the industry. I would also tell them to not be afraid to speak up and not to talk when they think they might be wrong, which is a big mistake I think a lot of women in technology make, is they think that every answer they make has to be perfect. But the reality is that if you're wrong, it doesn't make you incompetent. You have to be not afraid to fail. The ones that have stayed in technology and still love it despite the pressures and the obstacles that there are in order for them to succeed, those I guess are the ones that inspire me the most.